Hey guys, what is up? This is Wrestling Fan for Life 98 version 1, and I am back here to bring you now the big one, the big predictions of getting into WWE SummerSlam 2024 PLE predictions this coming weekend. And like I said, after continuing off from where I left off on from last night, from yesterday, where I recorded a special SummerSlam pay-per-view look-back edition, where I was covering SummerSlam 2019 to do a 5-year, look-back review. And again, just kind of looking back onto, SummerSlam 2019, which, again, if you want to still, hear my thoughts and what I said about SummerSlam 2019, what my thoughts were about all the matches, and again, just the event again as a whole, again, you can now go to see that I've recorded 2 parts. I did do them in 2 separate recorded parts. So as I said now, that they are both actually on my channel as I'm speaking in this video now. And as I'm recording this one for you guys, that we're going to be getting into in a minute with this year's SummerSlam 2024 PLE predictions and preview. So, so again, just like I said, check them out. Check out the SummerSlam 2019 pay-per-view look-backs. Because, again, I had some pretty interesting takes. And, again, like I said, if you just want to find out what I said about SummerSlam 2019, then like I said, go and see those 2 videos. And again, you will basically know from that, what I made of SummerSlam 2019. But here we are though, guys. As I said, that we're just 2 nights coming into SummerSlam now. Just 2 nights away from coming into SummerSlam weekend happening, as I said, in Cleveland, and it's actually being promoted this year's SummerSlam as SummerSlam Cleveland as well, and just this is obviously going to be a big SummerSlam because again, this is happening in a stadium. It's actually going to be, and as we know, this will be the 37th annual SummerSlam, scheduled to take place on Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, from Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. So yes, as I said, being again in a stadium for, which again is going to be a pretty big deal. It's going to be an outside venue, which again, the last one they did have it in a sort of outdoor stadium was again for just only 2 years ago when you had SummerSlam 2022 in Nashville, which came from Nashville 2 years ago. But yeah, so, and the event, of course, will also be a pay-per-view. But the other thing, again, which this SummerSlam is mainly going to mark is that, also, again, this will be the second SummerSlam event that is emanating from Cleveland after the 1996 event of SummerSlam, which that was held in the Gunther Arena. And, but no, obviously, this is going to be the last SummerSlam that is going to be shown on the WWE Peacock, or again, WWE Network PLE event, because again, as we all do know, that this is the first SummerSlam that's actually merged with the Endeavour TK Holdings group, TKO Group Holdings as well. But no, I mean, this is also the first SummerSlam not directly to be under McMahon family control. But like I said, it will be the final SummerSlam to live stream on the standalone WWE Network, because it is going to be set to be replaced again, moving to Netflix in January 2025, along with, again, all the other PLE events and just all other, Raw, as we know as well, Monday Night Raw. So, so I think that really, this SummerSlam is definitely, again, just going to mark changes. It is going to sort of be feeling like somewhat of an end to an era. and obviously again, like with WrestleMania this year as well, and the Royal Rumble, that again just being the last SummerSlams to see again on Peacock, or again the WWE Network. So yeah, it's just going to be a pretty big deal in terms of that for SummerSlam this year in Cleveland. And lastly, the final thing to point out as well, that SummerSlam is going to be set to be hosted by, of course, the native wrestler, The Miz, who will serve as the host to SummerSlam this year. That we did find out that on this week's Monday Night Raw as well. Literally after we came after Monday Night Raw, that we did know The Miz is going to be serving as a special guest for SummerSlam, guest host. So, like I said, it's probably again just going to be a lot of like funny stuff that The Miz is going to be doing with like R-Truth as well, which you can probably expect because we kind of got a bit of a glimpse of that on Monday Night Raw. So again, it could just be like some funny stuff with The Miz there, being just again like the guest host for SummerSlam. And again, he's going to definitely make it fun, The Miz. He's going to make it just very entertaining, an entertaining SummerSlam to host and all that. So there we go with that. So that's kind of my thoughts there about that. About SummerSlam. Well, in terms of, again, that's the main stuff to note down before going into the matches that we have, that we know we have for SummerSlam this weekend. And it is set to be a busy SummerSlam weekend because Damian Priest is also going to be doing a live show. Sami Zayn is actually again doing a comedy show, his Sami Zayn and Friends show, which is going to be on a Friday as well. Of course, again, a Friday Night SmackDown that will also be in the that will be in Cleveland in the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse arena. So, like I said, there's just going to be a lot going on in Cleveland this weekend, and also The Undertaker is doing a One Dead Man show, his One Dead Man tour in Cleveland as well on the Saturday as well. So again, you're just going to be having a lot of like things happening, kind of a lot of things going down. So yeah, now that is kind of out of the way, that just to give you, like I said, how my excitement level is on this year's SummerSlam. I'm definitely going to say that I think this SummerSlam does have a pretty good card. The build up to SummerSlam this year has actually been really good. Obviously, with the three main matches that we have coming into SummerSlam this year, in particular, 3 main matches, or maybe 4 you could count. But I think WWE has definitely done a good job in just in terms again of getting again the hype for this year's for this year's SummerSlam, which I think is what they've done just really well at this year. Which we know again, like they tend to do that now, but yeah. So obviously that's all really good. And yeah, I definitely feel like that there is an excitement factor just again surrounding SummerSlam this year because the WWE have had, good PLE events this year. I mean, 2024 again just has been a very good year in terms of PLE events in the calendar year for WWE. And, WrestleMania XL, we all know, ended up being really good on night 2. But just again, in terms of just being a one-night event, I think, as I said, that this SummerSlam is going to be good. And I just hope, again, that kind of matches up with the build that we've had for this year's SummerSlam. That these matches, again, can just definitely deliver. Which, again, they should be delivering on paper. All of these matches are in their own way. Except, obviously, one match. For obvious reasons. Because, again, of somebody coming back from injury, or actually 2 people, because obviously I'm referring to CM Punk and Rhea Ripley there, but more obviously on CM Punk's condition. But you know, but no, definitely, I think all these matches in their own way are going to deliver on this year's edition of SummerSlam. And again, it's just hopefully going to be a very, very good show. They're going to, put on together a really good show for this year's SummerSlam and just kind of go all out. With the big one, of course, being, is Roman Reigns going to finally return? Well, you'll get that as we get into this, as we go into going over the matches now. So yeah, so my excitement level again for SummerSlam is just definitely quite up there. It is definitely getting quite up there now on my interest for SummerSlam this year. I'm definitely going to say that about SummerSlam this year. Like I just said, there's just a lot to like. I think you've just got a lot here to like. I would say again that there's not really that much variety in terms of matches though, and there is lack of tag teams, lack of any kind of multi-matches. There's no kind of battle royal life like what they had last year, where they had the Slim Jim Battle Royal in 2023, which LA Knight did win. So there's kind of a little bit of that, but I'm hoping that maybe on the kickoff show, that the long 3-hour kickoff show, that we'll kind of get something like that on the kickoff. So there's a good chance for that happening on the kickoff, with matches being maybe made for that. But again, that's going to have to wait and see on that as we get to Saturday night. But yeah, but like I said though, we're now going to get just into the matches now without wasting more time. Let's jump right into this match card, guys. Here we go. And first off, right off the bat, we're going to start off with actually Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental Championship in a singles match, putting his Intercontinental Championship on the line in a rematch with Bron Breakker from Money in the Bank here, their Money in the Bank rematch. So I don't have, again, too much to really add about this, really. The Money in the Bank match was good between Sami and Bron Breakker, I thought. I thought that Sami, again, just did play that really good underdog in the match with Bron Breakker. And Breakker, again, looked pretty good as well. And again, just the build-up for this match has just also been good. I mean, Bron Breakker this time is just making no excuses. He's not making any mistakes with underestimating Sami Zayn this time around, a second time around. And I just think that he's going to put things right this time, Bron Breakker. So I think right off the bat, for this prediction, I'm going to say finally Bron Breakker is going to capture winning the WWE IC Championship here to get his first main title on the main roster. He's going to, finally get that win here over Sami. He's going to get that big title moment. He's going to get the IC strap on him. And again, I just think it has to kind of happen now for Bron Breakker. Because again, if it doesn't again happen at SummerSlam, again, just not many people then are really going to have too much belief then with Bron Breakker beating Sami a third time. If they were to get another match, which maybe that could be a possibility again for these two to get another match after SummerSlam. I mean, there is the possibility, but definitely for the rematch here, I think Bron Breakker just kind of has to beat Sami, because Breakker needs that momentum back from Money in the Bank now, from the loss at Money in the Bank to Sami. So that would make sense for me to do that, to have Bron defeat Sami. And yeah, so I think Bron's going to go over Sami in this match. So there we go. And Bron Breakker is going to finally become, he's going to become the WWE Intercontinental Champion with his first, main roster title win capturing his first singles title on the main roster. It's going to be done here at SummerSlam in Cleveland. And there we go with that. But that's not going to be the only championship that could be changing hands, because next up we now have the singles match for the WWE United States Championship match now, which will be Logan Paul again in his hometown of Cleveland, performing in Cleveland, and he's defending the United States Championship against LA Knight. And again, this has been a match that, again, has just been built now for the past, 2 months now, since basically June. And finally, it's going to be kind of happening here for SummerSlam with Logan Paul and LA Knight one-on-one in a one-on-one match here. So this has definitely just been a long time waiting for this, just waiting for this one-on-one match to happen between Logan Paul and LA Knight. And I think the build-up between them has been good. It's been entertaining. It's been a lot of fun with the back-and-forth promos between Logan Paul and LA Knight. And like I said, Logan Paul's definitely just going to go into this match being, again, more cockier than ever, because, they're going to be in his hometown of Cleveland. So you could just imagine how, like I said, that Logan Paul's going to just soak in the entire atmosphere in his home crowd, his home state, and just he is going to, definitely take that all in with this match here with LA Knight. But I think that these two can have a good match, though. I mean, I think these two can definitely have a good match. I hope. I mean, you would definitely think that. I mean, the promos have been good with Logan Paul and LA Knight between them both. Even though I think LA Knight is still probably done slightly better on the mic than Logan Paul. But make no mistake about it, I think this match could end up being a pretty good match as well, like with Sami Zayn and Bron Breakker. So, yeah, but for my prediction for this match, again, I can smell another title change coming, so I am going here with LA Knight finally taking the IC title strap, the United States title strap, away from Logan Paul. This will finally be LA Knight's, moment here to finally get a belt on the main roster as well, because it's just been too damn long for LA Knight now, kind of waiting for this moment to cash in on with LA Knight. And of course, again, he's had the setbacks with not winning, the Money in the Bank briefcases, this year and last year, missing out on the Undisputed Championship, losing that to Roman Reigns. Just even again with going back to the Elimination Chamber as well this year, back in Australia, in Perth, where he was unsuccessful in that one too. So I just think finally again that LA Knight needs to get that moment. He needs to kind of get that big moment here, being again at SummerSlam, because it would definitely fit LA Knight. I think him getting the win here definitely suits LA Knight being on a SummerSlam event. I'm even going to say more so than on a WrestleMania. You could probably argue being as big for LA Knight. So for that reason, I just finally see this being the time that Logan Paul now should probably again drop the United States Championship. That's not again taking anything away from Logan Paul, but I just think LA Knight has proven now that he deserves to win a championship, or that he should have already kind of had something at this point, LA Knight, for the hard work he has been doing to get himself, extremely over. So to be where he is now. So the position he's at. So I think that reason LA Knight just has to beat Logan Paul, because I don't think Logan Paul's got anything to gain from this. if he's to beat LA Knight here. You could definitely, again, though, see Logan Paul just wanting to cheat, though, again. You can just definitely tell Logan Paul may be sniffing up to something here with LA Knight. It's probably going to be pretty obvious. But at the same time, I still think LA Knight can find a way, though, to beat Logan Paul and to override the shenanigans by Logan Paul to become your brand new WWE United States Champion. So that there is LA Knight, who I see becoming the new United States Champion over Logan Paul. And that will happen at SummerSlam this Saturday. So there is that match. The next match then we're going to get into is then going to be Bayley. We're going to have Bayley taking on Nia Jax in a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship, which, again, we knew about this match, even again going back to WWE King and Queen of the Ring, because Nia Jax became Queen Nia. She won the Queen of the Ring by beating... oh, God, who did she beat? Oh, Lyra Valkyria. And just, yeah, so, the build-up here hasn't been too bad, actually, to be honest, though. I think Bayley's been trying to do a good job in terms of showing that she's just not showing any fear towards Nia, and that she's not going to be bullied by Nia anymore, or that she's not, again, the same Bayley how she was when she fought Nia Jax, back in 8 years ago, back in 2016, Bayley. This now is 2024 Bayley, and with a few more years experience to Bayley. Well, like I said, where she knows Nia well, she knows pretty well what Nia's capable of anyway. She knows what Nia can cause or what she can do to her. So there's no doubt that I think Bayley's just going to be prepared for this match with Nia. And yeah, so I don't think the build's been bad. Obviously, they've been teasing as well with Tiffany Stratton and the Money in the Bank briefcase, whether Tiffany here could, possibly cash in here at SummerSlam. Now, personally, I would like seeing Bayley retain the WWE Women's Championship. I do want to see Bayley retain, but with Nia... Again, there's a very good chance here that we could have Nia defeat Bayley to win the WWE Women's Championship. I mean, there is a good chance that that's going to happen, which, again, I hope that won't happen, but I'm just, saying that could be what could happen. But I am going to say that I think Bayley's going to win. Maybe, again, that they could just hold off on Tiffany to cash the briefcase on. But then you never know, because if Bayley does win the match and then Nia probably attacks Bayley afterwards, then maybe then you get, Tiffany then cashing in. Because we did have that for last year's SummerSlam with Io Sky. I mean, let's not forget, Io Sky did pretty much do the same thing over Bianca Belair when Bianca Belair was in the triple threat match with Charlotte Flair and Asuka at last year's SummerSlam. So you could get a little bit of a repeat here with something like that being the case. But I'm going to pick Bayley, though, to win this match as of now. Just literally, again, to say that now off the top of my head. That I want to see, I probably would like to have Bayley win. But at the same time, there's a chance again that they could, hand Nia the win here as well. There is just a good chance that that's going to be the case. But we'll see what they do there. So there we go with that. Next up then, after that, we then have the singles match for the Women's World Championship then with Liv Morgan taking on the returning Rhea Ripley in a singles match for the Women's World Championship. And this is one of those matches that has had the best kind of build-up leading into SummerSlam this year. Definitely, this has probably been one of the best built-up matches. Again, this has just been, like I said, 3 months or so in the making here of just storytelling between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, which has been crafted very well by Triple H and by, again, just the whole kind of creative booking for this Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match that's now going to be happening here for SummerSlam, because there was still a little bit of hesitancy whether that Rhea was going to be able to actually have this match with Liv. But I am glad that they're doing it here for SummerSlam, because, again, this is a match you wanted to see being on SummerSlam. Make no doubt about it. Make no doubt on that. So, again, just with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, that they've had just a really good build with Dirty Dominic Mysterio as well, being, again, this kind of love triangle type situation, and Liv as well messing around with the Judgment Day as well, with Finn Balor and with, just all the members. Really, again, just kind of stirring things again with, within the Judgment Day. But like I said, and it was just great. The whole kind of segment where Dom finally again chosen Rhea over Liv was just, again, a great kind of segment there, a great kind of build again, just for coming into this match right here. And Rhea Ripley's basically said to Liv that this is her fantasy and all that. She's living in a fantasy world or whatever. I think what Rhea basically said about Liv. So just definitely, this is going to be good. This is definitely going to be good. Now, my prediction for this match is I don't see Rhea winning the Women's World Championship, because I have a funny feeling that we are going to see something going on here with this match. Something funny is going to happen with Liv Morgan here, and maybe Dirty Dom doing something to Rhea Ripley. I think that's what's going to be the case, or something of that is going to happen. And I just think right now, the momentum that Liv does still have at the moment, I think that they should still maybe keep the belt being with Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley as of just right now. That's my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to say that Liv is going to retain the Women's World Championship over Rhea Ripley. And Liv Morgan is going to still be the Women's World Champion coming out of SummerSlam, like I did with going with Bayley. So there we go with that. The next match of the night then we're going to have, and now we're getting into the big matches as well now, pretty much. Well, I just talked about Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, but now we're getting into the singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship now. Damian Priest, El Campeon, defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther, where a lot of people, again, may still be a little bit kind of, not 100% on board with seeing, again, Damian Priest versus Gunther, being in a World Heavyweight Championship match for a pay-per-view or a PLE like SummerSlam. But the work that Damian Priest has been doing as of late, and Gunther as well, on the mic, to try and sell this match and to definitely get people to be interested. With seeing, again, Damian Priest, against Gunther, has done a pretty good job. And I think, again, I'm one of the few people that's been looking forward to this match with Damian Priest, facing Gunther. I think this is just a refreshing type, match as well. A refreshing World Heavyweight Championship match that you're getting with Damian Priest versus Gunther. Again, this is just a match, again, that we haven't seen these two having on the main roster, being on the main roster. And being, again, on a big event like SummerSlam, it's not going to get any bigger than that here for either Damian Priest or Gunther. especially from where these two were 10 years ago. So I just think that, again, again, just for their work rate, for their hard work, that's basically paid off here for these two to get this match here at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah. So the build again just has been really good, especially again with Gunther naming the Judgment Day as basically street trash. Also, the fact that, he said that Damian Priest should have again stayed on the streets and all that. He should have stayed living on the streets. And really, again, just kind of getting a little bit more of a personal feel, a little bit more of a personal touch added to this match too, to make people care about seeing Damian Priest versus Gunther. And Damian Priest wanting to beat Gunther at SummerSlam. So definitely, I think the brawl which these two had was also very good as well. That was a lot of fun when they had the brawl, that other week on Raw as well, where again, like I said, I mean, Priest, did come out and just basically started going after Gunther, and that happened on this week's Raw as well. So Priest again is just pretty much again been definitely just he's just not again showing any signs of just not being backing down away from Gunther. So that has been good to see that with Damian Priest coming out from him, as we kind of know that he's kind of shifting into just being a babyface now. That we have seen over these last few weeks, or probably again since at Money in the Bank. So definitely I'm just looking forward to this match here with Damian Priest and Gunther. But for my prediction for this match, again, this is going to be a big title change, because I see Gunther, Gunther is finally going to become the World Heavyweight Champion, and he is going to find a way that he is going to defeat Damian Priest here. And he is going to get a huge win, a huge kind of SummerSlam moment here by beating Gunther to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. So, yeah, I just think this is the right time. This is the moment now that they've been waiting for with Gunther to get that belt on him, to have the belt on him now. You can't just, again, wait for it any longer now with Gunther. A little bit, again, like with LA Knight. I mean, now just has to be the right time to pull the trigger again for Gunther to become the World Heavyweight Champion with the work he's been doing. Again, just like, again, still being booked pretty strongly. Even again, from winning the King of the Ring and all that over Randy in the finals. But yeah, so I'm just looking forward to this. It's going to be good, but Gunther is going to beat Damian Priest here. So that is going to be my prediction on for this match. And then next up then to go into, of course, is then going to be, again, the match which, again, we've all, again, been excited about. We've all been excited about this one as well. And that is, of course, the highly anticipated match. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a singles match. With a twist, though, however, because Seth Freakin Rollins will be the special guest referee in this match. Just, again, to make it even more unpredictable. To throw kind of another spanner into this match right here in this feud with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. That you have Seth just being in that mix as well, wanting to be in this involved in this match because of the bad blood between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre over these last few months now. That's just again been going on. So it's just again going to be a lot of fun, this match. Now, the only thing, again, which we just don't know of is just how healthy and how CM Punk's going to feel in this match. And I think that is really the only doubts in what people have for this match, is that we just don't know what kind of a CM Punk we're going to get for this type of match here with going against Drew McIntyre. I mean, it is going to be, again, pretty 50-50. I mean, I definitely think that they're still going to try their best to maybe protect CM Punk as well a little bit here against Drew. And it's more that the part, again, that Seth Rollins being the guest referee for this match just definitely adds to that, unpredictability. The unpredictability throwing into this match. Because, again, you just don't know what Seth's going to choose here, who he's going to want to win this match. So you kind of have that whole thing to think of as well. You definitely do have that to think of, So yeah, there is definitely that you have to consider about. But my prediction, though, for this match, that I think this feud is going to last still. I think this feud is going to probably still last, going beyond SummerSlam. But I am going to say that somehow CM Punk has to beat Drew, right? I mean, I think the majority of fans are going to maybe go for CM Punk to win. Although this is arguably the most toughest match to actually predict, though. You could argue out of all these matches on this year's SummerSlam. Because, again, you just have the Seth Rollins. You add in the Seth factor with this match. You kind of just add him being in this match to make it just, again, that more unpredictable. The unpredictable factor. So it's just going to be because of that, really, that you're just not too sure. Also, as I said, again, just how healthy, again, CM Punk is going to be. How he's going to perform in this match with Drew. I mean, we've seen, again, CM Punk's been working hard. He has been probably doing a lot to get himself definitely in good shape for this match with Drew. I mean, I'm not, doubting that about CM Punk. I'm not going to doubt about that, because that's the type of person that CM Punk is as an athlete. But whatever you want to, say on CM Punk. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt he would have been ready to have this match with Drew McIntyre for SummerSlam. So yeah, so that's why I think for this prediction, I am going to say CM Punk will win, but let's just, again, bear in mind that we'll have to see again, what's going to happen or what's going to play out with this match here between CM Punk and Drew. But let's just be happy that this match is finally going to happen. This has been the most anticipated match coming into SummerSlam. You could definitely say that for this year. So let's hope it is going to be, entertaining and a lot of fun. And that's what I have to say over CM Punk and Drew. And that then just leads us on then, guys, to the last match of this year's SummerSlam to talk about, which is going to be a singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship, as Cody Rhodes defends his undisputed WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa. And yeah, so this is going to be your SummerSlam main event. The main event match for SummerSlam is what I'm going to assume again. But really, again, it's going to depend on what's going to happen in this match. But yeah, but this is just really, again, going to be interesting to say the least. Now, again, we can question here again about why Solo is just getting this match, or why he's even being, getting this slot here with Cody. But what I would say is that again, the Bloodline has definitely again been getting pretty good recently, with the addition of Jacob Fatu as well, being thrown into the Bloodline now, and kind of his dynamic with the Bloodline, making just the Bloodline again being even more dangerous, adding that layer to the Bloodline. So yeah, and I think Solo just has been getting a little bit better as of late, with just his presentation as well. The presentation on Solo coming into this match with Cody, and they are actually on the SummerSlam poster, the new Bloodline. I mean, Solo, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and Tongaloa are all on the cover for this year's SummerSlam. So that's obviously pretty big for all four of them. For all four of them to be getting on the poster for SummerSlam this year. So, yeah. So, obviously, you know, I think Solo was going to be at least in this main event because of him, you know, pinning Cody at Money in the Bank as well. So, we did know this was going to be the case. But, obviously, a lot of people at first just assumed that maybe The Rock could have maybe come back for SummerSlam, so that you could have done Cody versus The Rock being for SummerSlam. But that is not going to be happening as of yet still for SummerSlam. So I guess this is just what they've had to go with, is again Cody versus Solo. But again, just the Bloodline have been dangerous. You know, they've been taking out Randy Orton. They've been taking out Kevin Owens as well, to have Cody basically coming into this match, really again, just with not having anyone backing him up against the Bloodline, against the entire threat of the Bloodline, in them helping Solo to win this match, to win the Undisputed Championship. So, again, it's going to be interesting. But my prediction for this match is that I do think Cody Rhodes is going to retain here over Solo Sikoa. That is what I am going for. And finally, guys, I'm going to say it, Roman has to come back. And you've got to get that confrontation with Roman and Solo here for SummerSlam. And that is what we all want to see. I think the majority of us do want to see that, you know, being here at SummerSlam. And not, again, having to wait again for just a few more weeks. Or just whatever, again, that they are going to do with Roman's return. I just think this is where they have to just go for it now. And I definitely think there's a good chance we're going to have Roman being at SummerSlam to make that godlike return, with the reaction that Roman's going to have by the fans in Cleveland Brown Stadium when he's out there to confront Solo and maybe even the other Bloodline members. So it's going to definitely be just a talked about SummerSlam moment if we can get that to happen. So again, we have to try and keep fingers crossed. We have to try to you know, hope Roman's going to be on SummerSlam. I mean, that's what we're going to have to wait and see on. We're all going to have to wait and see on that, whether we want to or not. So, you know, so there we go for that. But that, guys, pretty much does it. I mean, that is... And especially as well, I mean, you had Roman coming back lastly at SummerSlam 4 years ago in 2020. To me, again, it would just be a full kind of arc. It would just make it a full kind of story arc for Roman to come back to this year's SummerSlam in 2024 to do the same thing again. So that is just what should happen. That is the way things should go, with, again, Roman being back. But Cody, again, is going to retain the Undisputed WWE Championship over Solo. Again, I'm not going to say the actual match is going to be a great match between these two. But they are going to try and make it engaging. They are going to try their best to make this as engaging as they probably can. And I suppose that's going to be the interesting thing. So, yeah. But overall, guys, that's it. I mean, I've pretty much covered all there is about SummerSlam this year. So, again, guys, you know, are you looking forward to this year's SummerSlam? Let me know what matches you're looking forward to. What matches appeal to you this year? And again, like, the lack, again, of having a tag match as well is still kind of a little bit of a surprise. But DIY will defend the WWE Tag Team Championships against the Bloodline on SmackDown. And Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are defending the women's tag team. Are facing, the women's tag team champions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to get their, rematch, their one-on-one match after, again, losing the belts at Clash at the Castle, Scotland, nearly 2 months ago. So, which again, I saw that happening there myself, so I can say that. But yeah, so like I said, but why they're just not happening on SummerSlam, I don't really know why. Honestly, again, it's kind of like, or even again, just like, I'm not sure, but that's obviously down to how things are. But we may again get a surprise happening for SummerSlam. Do expect there to maybe be something of a surprise that we're going to get. Roman, of course, being back is going to be the top of those things to happen on most people's lists, or most people's wish list on this year's SummerSlam. So we'll see again if we get that epic return of Roman being back on SummerSlam. If we do, you know again that people are going to mark out crazy. So, but that is it for this video, guys, as always. So like I said, make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you like this video. I hope, again, this was a good enough predictions that I've given to you guys out there. I hope you've liked it. And I just hope, again, that you do look forward to seeing SummerSlam this weekend. Like we all mostly are now. We are getting into the SummerSlam mood now, I'm pretty sure of. So, or at least, again, that I am, and I think most people are. So, that is it, guys. So, thank you once more. And let's get to SummerSlam in Cleveland now for Saturday. Let's go for it. Peace.